Last night, the Blue Tongues bid a dramatic farewell to their teammates Michelle and Steve.
We walk out proud, hey?
Yeah, absolutely, darling.
Yeah.
I'm really proud
Yeah.
of you.
And then I dropped a bombshell. It was time to mix up the teams.
Oh, God. What's coming?
What are they doing too hard?
I forced Leighton and Carly to pick a new couple to join them in the Blue Tongues. And they chose Aiden and Jess.
Really?
Best friends or scheming enemies. When the stakes are so high, it's going to be hard to tell. It's the first day of our 48-hour challenge. 2 new houses, 2 new families, 2 brand new teams. This is where the competition gets really interesting. Our teams will discover that this rumble is as much about the mind games as it is about the reno.
I think Carly and Leighton are definitely far bigger game players than people might realise. I think they're very clever and calculated. And maybe they've picked Aiden and Jess because they think that they're safe in beating them. Maybe they don't see them as a threat to the end game because I think they really believe they can win this whole show.
Ben is taken away from us, so we need someone to help you. What does Josh do? He's a plumber, isn't he? Do you need a plumber? We get plumbers on the show, don't you? Kyle and Cara are the best. They've done the best.
My theory is they chose this so they could get rid of us.
Really?
Yep.
Is that your honest opinion?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah. If they had chosen a high-scoring team and they were to gain immunity when there's only 2 couples on that side, then if they were to lose, they would be in automatic go home.
I'll put it this way. If we had a grand final, I'd love to be against Josh and Jenna or Aiden and Jess rather than Kyle and Cara.
Carly and Leighton definitely aren't stupid. They know what they want and they'll do anything in their power to get it.
The Redbacks gained some new recruits as well with Ben and Gemma.
Definitely strange going across to the red team. Everyone's really nice, which is good. But yeah, it definitely took a while to get used to not being a blue tongue.
Morning. Morning. Josh and Jenna, where's your car?
Lost keys.
Idiots. Now, don't we all look nice and clean in our brand new uniforms? Fantastic. You were starting to stink in that red shirt, mate, so I think this is a good thing for everybody, to clean it all up. So, are we ready for a brand new start to a week? Yes. Yes? Fantastic. I love that enthusiasm. Blue Tongues, a team of 2. It's going to be a tough week for you guys.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Right.
You'll be right. Redbacks with the advantage and some fancy new players here. And we are going back to Josh and Jenna as house captains.
Damn it.
Damn it. Really?
I hate being a team captain. There's budgets involved and you just don't have time to do the budgeting as well as finishing your room. So it's definitely an added pressure for us this week.
Josh and Jenna are great captains, although they don't have much of a winning streak when they're captains. They lost last time. Hopefully they can turn it around this week.
Now, before we continue, I have a big announcement to make. Sharon, you had your first win. Yay! Congratulations, mate. Well done. I never doubted you for a second. But, Aiden, you're still in front with 2 wins out of 3, and that means this week you get to choose which team you're going to go to, and you've got 10 seconds. 7.
I'll stay blue.
Oh, very good. OK, staying blue. He's a lazy carpenter and couldn't be bothered changing his shirt. That's fair enough.
Why do you guys think that Aiden chose the blue team this morning?
I think he just felt defeated and wanted to go back to his hole.
All right, Redbacks, you're in this house here. Blue Tongues, you're down the road, about 10 houses. Inside, you'll find your gifts from the judges. It's a brand new week, brand new brief from the judges and the homeowners. In 48 hours, I want your bedrooms, and then somebody will win immunity. And I think you'll all agree it's never been more important than it is now. House captains, you'll have your logs that'll keep track of your vouchers and your $90,000 budget.
Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Good budget.
Beautiful.
Okay, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's rumble. Our Reno Rumble judges are designer, writer and stylist Romy Orwell and interior designer Darren Palmer. Yesterday, Romy met Earl and Steph and the family in their 3-bedroom bungalow. With 2 growing kids, they haven't had the time or the money to address the massive space issues. 13-year-old Henry lives in this cramped room, while 16-year-old Victoria sleeps on a mattress in what was her parents' bedroom.
This is your bedroom or the guest bedroom?
This is our bedroom. At the moment, it was our little second living room or study, if you like, but it's now our bedroom.
Oh, right.
We've slightly reorganised or reworked where we all are in the house, and that hasn't really been working very well for us.
This week, the Redbacks will have 48 hours to renovate the 3 bedrooms for the family. Romy's job now is to find out what style Steph and Earl want our rumblers to adhere to throughout the house.
We love that sort of mid-century modern sort of aesthetic and design, but this is a house with real people. Our kids have real friends. We have a dog with scratchy toenails. Like, we all live here and have a great time, and we have a lot of friends, so we don't want to show home. We want a house that we can share with our friends and our family.
While Santa Fe Ridgeways packs up their belongings and moves the family out, Romy takes them shopping to find items that fit their modern mid-century style. With less teams competing this week, they only have to pick 3 items to show our rumblers. Steph and Earl chose linen, bookshelves and this chair. Now it's time for the Redbacks to check out the 3 gifts their homeowners have left them.
Isn't this the chair that we used in our house?
It's like $1,000 worth of linen.
That's very bespoke. I don't think I'm qualified to install this sort of technology.
Yeah, I think we should just put it back in the box.
Hello, Redbacks. What is the brief? Give it to me.
Modern.
Modern retro, yeah.
You're very close. It is modern mid-century. But the American style.
Wow.
Not Scandinavian. Think Ray and Charles Eames.
Yeah.
You love that, don't you?
Love it, all over it.
All over it.
The brief to me, mid-century modern, I don't know much about. I'm not an interior designer, so, you know, a lot of these styles are new to me.
This is the master bedroom. When they first bought the home, it was the lounge room. So they'd like it to be more a master bedroom, meaning getting rid of these French doors here, getting rid of those French doors on the other side and turning it into a proper master bedroom. All right, Victoria, 16 years old. Think minimalist, 90s chic. Kate Moss,
Kate Moss.
that sort of style. You understand that?
That's an awesome brief.
But definitely not Gothic.
Mid-century, modern, 90s, minimalistic rock chic.
Easy. Just
Easy
Google
as
that.
brief.
Gives you
Yeah.
nothing. No searches found. Oh, we're in trouble now.
Henry is 13 years old. He didn't really have a brief, he didn't sort of know. But the judges sort of headed towards 70s vintage. Around there. Some vintage posters, things like that. Definitely not retro.
13 is that in-between age where he's not a child anymore.
Not
he's
yet
not.
a man.
Okay, you right?
Yeah.
Happy days, good luck.
Thanks, Scotty.
Right, guys.
That's
I
pretty
nearly
cool.
ran out of paper writing down Victoria's brief.
The judges have got a preconceived idea of what they want to see before they walk in. And you've always got that in the back of your head. You're thinking, oh, what is it that they're looking for? And it's just so hard to know when you've been given a couple of words off Scotty, pretty much.
Coming up, it's amazing what you dig up when you decide to gut the whole house.
We're ripping the whole floor up.
We're not going to finish this, are we?
As the 48-hour pressure cooker turns up the heat on both sides of the fence.
He's like, you got to do this, get this here, and yeah, okay, whatever. Welcome back to the Rumble. It's now time for the Blue Tongues to enter the ring.
Alice and Simon moved into this house 5 months ago. After spending all their money buying it, there's nothing left in the bank to renovate. One of the things that drew them to the house is the dark panelling on the walls, but they don't know what to do with it. And throughout the house, there's a mishmash of eras.
A little bit of 50s, a little bit of 80s, and it just kind of adds up to something that needs a lot of work. So the back of the house, a bit of a mess.
And part of that mess is the toilet running off the dining room.
So if you're having dinner with us here, you don't miss any of the conversation because I can be sitting on the toilet still chatting to you. So this is probably one of the major problems in the house that we want to solve, that we want to fix.
So now's the time to really decide. It's up to you how your house is going to be when you walk back in here. I'm getting that it's not only about deco and it's not only about character, it's also about fresher and newer and more modern.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
So they're off with their $5,000 to buy the 3 items to inform the Blue Tongues about their contemporary Art Deco brief. The 3 items Alice and Simon have left for the Blue Tongues are a rug, a mirror and this coffee table.
All right, what have we got here?
Now the Blue Tongues will try and work out the homeowner's style from the 3 gifts they've left them.
Wow.
Interesting. Oh,
It's a bit different.
that's beautiful.
We opened up the gifts first, which was like a bony sort of coffee table and a very Persian, almost sort of looking rug, so very confused at first.
The mirror is so Art Deco, but these are not.
Oh, it is a little bit.
I don't know. I'm going with a bit of
Art Deco.
modern.
Modern Art Deco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a door.
Home ice cream's here. She's got a bell, mate.
I love that bell out the front. Fantastic, isn't it?
It is, mate.
Have you thought of a brief? Have you come up with one?
Art Deco.
Modern Art Deco.
Modern Art Deco.
Oh, I tell you what, the Blue Tongues are on fire every week.
Really?
The brief is contemporary with a touch of Art Deco.
Wow.
There we go.
That's unbelievable. You're very good.
Yeah.
OK, we have Simon and Alison who live here. They're a young couple in their 30s, just got married recently. This is their first home where they'd like to start a family one day. Now, the bedrooms that you're doing, which is master bedroom and guest bedroom / study. Master bedroom, contemporary with a touch of Art Deco because they do like that style up there. Once you get to this point here, contemporary.
Okay.
With a little bit of Art Deco, if you know what I mean.
Wicked. So you've got this period feature home. You walk in, I get that they want to feel that as you're sort of going into the bedrooms until you get to this fretwork archway in this hallway. Blow out the back, do what you want, is what it said to me. So I thought, yes.
The panelling they love, but if it has to go, it can go.
Okay.
Their biggest wish list is that dunny off the dining room. That is the biggest thing that Alice wants changed.
Yep.
OK, are we sweet?
We're sweet. Thanks, Scotty.
Say good luck.
Thanks, Scotty. Cheers, mate.
So the dunny's got to go where the fridge is now. Move that out, push the kitchen this way, flick that off, done. Let's go.
What?
Start again.
It's day 1, and it's all about planning. Decisions are needed fast. Freedom Kitchens are in to get the specs for the kitchen design. And E&S Trading need all the fixtures and fittings ordered for the laundry and bathroom. It's the business end of the Rumble season. Our teams have to do more than they've ever done before in the hunt for a win and the chase for immunity. Earl and Steph love to cook, so Josh and his team are planning to revolutionise their kitchen space and create a massive living dining area. That means this load-bearing structural post will have to go.
We already made up our minds and we are not keeping that post. We need to get rid of it. It needs to be open plan living, kitchen, dining because that's how people want to live these days.
The Redbacks builder, Sharan, knows this could be a game changer or one big costly blunder.
It's going to entail a lot of work. I've sort of let them know that the budget could be blown out a little. They didn't seem to be too concerned, which is just typical of the Reds. They just want it done. They don't really care. They just want me to make it happen, and that's what I usually try and do for people, make things happen. So, yeah, it's a bit of bad luck. Sharan, just go for it.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's definitely a possibility that we can remove it. It can be done. It's just whether or not we can do it in the time frame.
new Redbacks Ben and Gemma are still adapting to their new team and their win-at-all-costs attitude.
Both teams in this house know what they're doing, and even the way they design draw their layout compared to how we draw ours.
They draw full like 3D CAD drawings, whereas we're sketching like kids on a bit of paper. So
yeah,
we might be a little bit out of our depth this week.
I did get the impression that Gemma felt a little bit nervous, and that's understandable. If I was going from my Redbacks team into the blue team, I would have felt like that too. I would have felt out of place.
Kind of hard to know when you come into a new team whether they want you to survive or whether they're going to try and work against you, so...
Welcome back to the Rumble and our new look teams. Overnight, I made the Blue Tongues choose new teammates. They chose Aiden and Jess. But the Redbacks are still a formidable force. Josh and Jenna, Kyle and Cara, and their new recruits, former Blue Tongues, Ben and Gemma. It's the first day of the 48-hour challenge. The Redbacks and the Blue Tongues know that at this point of the competition, playing it safe just won't cut it.
Fingers crossed we can survive another week in this hell of a competition. And we can show those teams what we're really made of.
With the grand final in sight, the team who dares and executes wins.
There's 50 grand up for grabs. And 50 grand for a charity. There's quite a lot to play for, really.
After 2 straight losses, the Blue Tongues are desperate for a win, and they've come up with a plan that could either make or break them. With less than 48 hours on the clock and only 2 teams left, they're risking it all, tearing down the entire back end of the house. The biggest structural change will be to the bathroom, which will now take up part of the existing lounge. The back room now becoming a laundry and butler's pantry. It's a risky move, as it means the backyard will have to be dug up to move plumbing and existing sewerage.
It's never going to be easy to renovate a house in a week, especially with structural changes, and we had to make structural changes. If we left the bathroom the way it wasn't on brief.
It's a bit of a gamble, isn't it, really? Just go, OK, so this could get finished. Shall we just knock it down to get the best out of it? That's a gamble right there. You know? You got to give it a go, don't you? It's the best for the home, best for the homeowner. Why not give it a crack?
But disastrously for the Blues, gutting the walls and floors has revealed a termite infestation.
We've got some decent damage in a few spots.
Yeah, your bearers are all gone down there as well.
Oh, great.
Only thing is, we don't know the extent until we start ripping up the flooring.
Hi.
How are you?
All right, can you give me the measurement of the length of the bathroom?
Yep. We've got termites. We're ripping the whole floor up.
Yay. We're not going to finish this, are we?
We're pretty much rebuilding half a house in 4 days. There's a lot of stuff that's getting ripped out and replaced because of this termite damage.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that house. It's an old house, but it was badly built.
This house is a knockdown and rebuild, and that's pretty much what we're doing. We've just decided to do it in a week.
For 5 months, new homeowners Alice and Simon have been sitting on a decaying time bomb, literally on the verge of crashing down around them. If not for the Blue Tongues' decision to tear the place down and start over, it could have been disastrous.
We've got a few big dramas here.
What's going on?
The place is riddled with white ant damage.
You're kidding.
The whole floor of the whole house has got to come up.
You're kidding.
No.
We're just pulling up the floor to check the extent of termite damage, and so far, it's not looking too bad.
What happens if it is bad? What do you have to do?
We've got more stuff to replace, so we can't leave a homeowner with termite-eaten timber. So we're going to have to do a bit of a treatment to make sure that they're not going to come back and replace any damaged timber in the floor and the walls and everywhere.
Looks all right. It's only that one bit, yeah? Yeah. Gold. That's not too bad.
There are so many other problems in the house that Aidan can't concentrate on his guest bedroom and study. There might be 2 teams in the Blue Tongues, but it seems only one team is doing the heavy lifting.
Leighton's working very hard on doing some niches in his bedroom, which I think are a bit of a waste of time and resources. I think he's been in there for about 4 or 5 hours working on them now, which could have been 4 or 5 hours much better spent on the overall build, and just put something on the wall that looks a bit the same and gets a similar effect. Aidan's been running around getting materials for everybody and not spent any time in his room.
What do you need right now?
So I don't know if that's a tactical move from Leighton and Carly or just circumstance, but there's certainly a lot of effort going into that bedroom.
And when a call for help goes out to the blue team to clear some dirt from the backyard, Aidan quickly pitches in, while Leighton stays working in his bedroom.
I don't think I was doing more. I think we're pretty sharing it. I was just doing a lot of little things and he was doing maybe a big thing.
Those that know them think it's a typical tactical move from Leighton and Carly.
Their eye of the tiger. It's as if they're, since house rules, their whole life's revolved around doing another reality TV show and getting to the grand final, and it's just as if they're, just so, strong-minded just for this purpose.
Leighton, have you got time to pre-cut all the skirts?
What, pre-cut?
Yeah, but I'll barrow some dirt.
Yeah, Age wants me to go out there with you for half an hour.
I don't think we've got enough wheelbarrows.
OK.
I think Carly and Leighton are always trying to do the best room in the house they're in, whether or not that gets them immunity or that just keeps them off the bottom of the leaderboard for the final end of the week. I think they're pretty clever and calculated at playing the game.
I think Leighton's a good worker. I think so. I hope he's a good worker.
Well, you've just been working with him for the last 3 days. Is he a good worker or not?
Yeah, but we've been doing different tasks and we're not holding hands working.
I didn't ask if you were holding hands. Do you see him working hard?
Yeah, I think he works hard.
How's my long-lost brother going?
We're doing an extension.
Are ya? So you're doing, your room and all this extra stuff? Late Dogs isn't bossing you around, is he?
Maybe.
I think it's starting to get to the pointy end and there's money involved now. I think people are going to start some tactical moves. Tactical moves are not supposed to be seen, I suppose.
Maybe
They're
we
supposed
should
to be
get
done on the down low so that no one knows what's
with this whole tactical thing.
Yeah, what are you planning?
I don't know, we just sabotage the hell out of everything. Come up trumps. Well, we could. There's no, why not?
You could. It's totally dirty play and it would be fine.
Well, a second ago I'm saying, no, I hope we start. But now you've just said, there's money to be won and my mind's gone cha-ching. I really want to win the 50 grand now.
There's less than 24 hours left in this Rumble Royale. The Blue Tongues and Redbacks are risking it all to win the big prize. And it's no wonder. At the end of the week, one couple will be sent packing. In less than 24 hours, the Redbacks will deliver 3 bedrooms. Over in 16-year-old Victoria's bedroom, Gemma is struggling getting in touch with her 16-year-old self. And the pressure of keeping up with the Redbacks is causing her to second-guess every decision.
I tried to envisage what my room looked like when I was 16, and I think I remember having a bit of a rainforest thing going on.
Rainforest?
I had a fish tank in there, rainforest music. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's why we never dated when she was 16. It's all blacks and whites and just simple, basic, minimalistic, 90s chic. Just enjoy it, babe. Just have fun with it. Don't even stress. Just wing it and see how you go.
I will be winging it.
Well, then you're not...
It'll completely be a wing. I think I may need some help. Would you call that kind of rocky, kind of...
Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, I mean, it's got that spray painted kind of aesthetic. So it's like, I guess that makes it look quite sort of rock.
Don't know what I'm doing. No idea. No idea.
Over in 13-year-old Henry's room, Carl sticks to what he knows best, building a bed from scratch.
We decided that we would build a timber bed for Henry's bedroom. The design I wasn't really sure about, but once we'd selected the spotted gum and sort of worked out what heights we wanted to do, and we're going to put a niche under the bed for storage for some some stuff, some records or whatever, we've gone an oversized bed so that Henry can also grow into it, so it's a king single.
Josh and Jenna have hedged their bets on a secret weapon they've had built off-site, this featured timber panelling which has just arrived. They're going all out and are already plotting their next win with the kitchen.
Jen and I were very keen to do the kitchen because it had such a precise brief as to what the homeowners wanted. Basically, they just cook every single night. It is truly the heart of their home, so it's pretty important that you stand in the kitchen and you look out over the rest of the room out to a window, because last thing you want is a kitchen on a wall looking out onto another wall.
To open up the space and the view from the kitchen, Sharana's set to work to remove this massive load-bearing post. It's been a time-consuming, labour-intensive job. Sharana's warned Josh about the cost in time, but what the team captain wants, the team captain gets.
Sharana was trying to take the easy way out by avoiding taking that beam out, and I know that it was hard work because it held a lot of weight up, but after the Hamptons house, I think we're ready to take on anything because we pretty much gutted it there. So this renovation was quite basic. We're just taking out one post, and we're keen to make sure that happened.
Being made to feel like the hired help is why foreman Aidan, when given a choice this morning, stuck with the blue tongues.
I think the redbacks from the week I was there had a lot less of a consulting approach with myself. I think Sharan feels a bit the same way. A little bit more go do this, go do that style of team environment.
New Redback Ben is still adapting to life with his new team and new alpha male leader Josh.
Josh and Jenna are pretty good to work with. Jenna's actually really good. She's fun. She kind of gets it done as well. And Josh just, I don't know, he's on his own kind of rampage of what he wants and how it's going to happen. And everyone's kind of his little people that run around for him nearly. He's like, you got to do this, get this here, and yeah, okay, whatever.
Over with the blue tongues, Aidan's attention finally turns to their guest bedroom study, with less than 48 hours left on the clock. And he's got a game changer of his own planned, a fold-out bed.
So what we're going to do is rebate it in the wall, and then on the other side where the bathroom's going, the shower will actually extend to there, and the toilet will have an in-wall cistern here, so it sort of worked out good. It's better than having Mum sleep on a dodgy old pull-out couch.
Is it going to fit?
Yeah, of course it'll fit.
Coming up, it's Murphy's Law for Aidan's Murphy bed.
It's not going to fit in the hole.
And the race for immunity ends tonight. It's the final day of the 48-hour immunity challenge. The bedrooms are being delivered in just 8 hours, so the teams must focus on their rooms.
Yeah, we had a good sleep last night. We got 6 hours, all of us. We left here probably what time?
About 20 past 9.
20 past 9, and then we got up at 4 o'clock this morning.
I think Ben and Gemma were quite surprised at how we work together as a team. We make decisions together and we definitely work and paint together. So I think it's a good option for us because it keeps us sane and it keeps us wanting to come back.
We're going to be rushing to the finish line still, but we feel good doing it.
Yeah.
While over at the Blue Tongues,
It's freezing.
Aidan and Leighton weren't feeling as rested.
They're sleeping together by the second night.
Cardi found us sleeping together, yes, I'm sorry. Sorry.
The boys bonded over a late-night / early morning painting session, with Aidan showing Leighton the Redbacks' way. One for all and all for one.
House Rules was used to working against each other, so we sort of stayed working against each other. On paint night, you paint your own, then you help afterwards. But these guys really do it all together, so yeah, it's been very good to learn.
But Leighton isn't completely convinced about the infamous spray gun once he takes a closer look at their night's handiwork in the master bedroom.
All the walls are on.
Huh?
All the walls are on.
That's someone a bit happy trigger with the old spray gun.
Could this be the start of Aidan sabotaging his new teammates?
Is that you?
Yeah, it was me. I might have been a bit tired and painted this wall twice. My room's fine.
That's the main thing.
Don't know if Leighton and I are sold on the red style of painting, eh?
And it seems that's not the only issue the Blue Tongues are having with paint this morning.
See what you brush. You're not putting enough paint on. All right? Keep your brush wet. Put paint on the brush. You're painting with no paint on the brush. You're going, why is it all going funny? Because it's dry. I've got so much to do.
I'm just asking.
No, Carly, I've repeated, no, you're not putting enough on.
Afterwards, this is all
Carl,
gonna
no, Carly, you're not putting enough on. You're not putting enough on.
From my experience with the window.
You're not putting enough on. You're not putting enough on.
All right, well,
okay, sweet.
you can talk nicely. But from my experience with the window just here, I'm going to struggle with this. It's going to get all mucked up. OK, you just can explain things nicer and show me.
Just put more paint on the brush.
Just come over and show me. Give me a little tap on the bum and show me how to do it properly.
Oh, if I tapped on the bum, you'd try and give me a hook around the chops. I would leave it for me to do, and I would like you to go shopping.
I don't have any shopping to do. Don't be so rude.
With only 5 hours until tool's down, Leighton isn't the only one trying to get his wife out of the house. At the Redbacks, Carl is pushing Cara out the door to go and collect the last-minute items they need for Henry's bedroom.
The room was hardly started. Can you just give me a brush and you get going?
Yeah, I just want to look at the grey.
That's blue.
No, I know, I'll need to... Can you wash it? I can do it, but I gotta go. You keep telling me to go.
Well, you keep hanging around.
So you mean... I'm gonna have to pick out the sideboard, another record player, and some more knickknacks for the room.
She needs to get a wriggle on. She's supposed to go shopping. Sort of dawdling around here. There's no point in her being here. We've got a fair bit for her to buy today, so the quicker she gets out of here, the better.
Carl's a little bit testy, is he?
I think, yeah, I think he doesn't realise that it's still early. He's yelling out to me now.
Why are you still here, Cara?
It's only 9 o'clock, Kyle.
What, you don't think you'll get stuck in traffic?
There seems to be a common thread here.
Do you have to go shopping?
Yeah.
So how long do you need? Like,
It's all right, shops don't open till 10, so I'm going to try to smash it out.
You've only done one, though, so that's what I mean. Like, lead me to it, and I'll just have to pin them in place and do them because it'll be easier. Because when they're in place, you can just go from one to the next. Jen?
Yeah, that's fine, hon. I'm just going to try to do as many as I can. This week, it's so important to get immunity, more important than ever, because the teams are getting less and less, and we want to make it to the end. So we need to make sure that this bedroom is perfect. I've chosen the most difficult panelling that could be possibly stained to do. Awesome. Next time, if I'm still around, I'm going to just do a blank white room with the gift in it. I actually don't know if we're going to be able to finish this room on time, but I think that we just have to get along long enough to finish it.
Just you go shopping and then I'll do them.
No, I'm just going to do one more and then...
No, I don't think you can. Go, it's 9:30, go shopping.
But they aren't the only team that have chosen a feature that is time-consuming and difficult. Over at the Blue Tongues, Aidan and Jess have decided to put a wall bed in their study and guest room.
Quite a large issue with a fold-out bed today. It's made you just sit flush on a wall, and I thought I'd make it interesting and fit in a wall. Knowing this, I would have just sat it flush. It's not going to fit in the hole.
That bed, we ordered it online. We had sizes. And I don't know what happened. The wall was built too small.
Didn't we make this 20 mil bigger? Yeah. Well, it's ended up 40 mil smaller.
Well, whatever size you gave me, I made it.
21.25. It's not the measurement they gave me. This is a bit of a pickle, isn't it? I sort of went to negative town and it took someone to bring me back over to positive town.
Who brought you back to positive town?
I don't think I come back to positive town. Are you in? Are you in at all? Why is... Well, that's throwing a bone in the works. When the bed didn't fit, I thought we were in a lot of trouble.
Everything that Aiden makes fits within a millimetre. It's
but I didn't make
always
it.
millimetre perfect.
And that's such a stupid thing. I should give it at least 5. The moment when it actually fitted in and we screwed it off, I felt really happy. We still don't even know if this bed works because we've modified it.
So, for the moment of truth.
Is it shut?
No.
When we went to shut the door wouldn't shut. So that made me feel a little depleted once again. This bed's a masterpiece. Custom made.
Over the Redbacks, Josh and Jenna may have bitten off more than they can chew with their intricate wood panelling. Josh promised to stain it while Jenna went shopping. With less than 2 hours to go, there's no time for mistakes.
I knew that the panelling was the most important part of the room, but when I got back from shopping, there was no panelling stained, was there?
This could be a costly time blunder.
Let me start on that side. I'll just finish that off.
Start on this side.
Right into it.
Straight into it. I have to be. This was supposed to be stained before I got back. But...
Oh, did you want the room styled as well while I was there?
Yeah. Well, I asked you before I left if it was okay if you'd stain it, and you said yes.
I said it's okay for you to go and then come back again and help me.
No.
Accept your apology.
No apology.
Jenna doesn't get what happens back on site when she's not there.
When you go, Jenna, you think just click things never happen.
Well, it's funny because I said I wouldn't go until I got the doors done,
You
and
had
now...
to, Jenna.
No, I didn't. I could have got the doors
You're
done.
trying to
This is
say
my...
that you're goal. Is that what you're saying?
I am actually. The old Josh and Jenna were back this room. We're not going to finish.
Okay, good. I knew we weren't going to finish because you did this panelling.
You told me you were going to do it.
Jenna, if I had time, there's other that I have to go on too.
So you think this isn't important?
Just in La La Land.
Okay.
You don't give a how long things take or how much work you have to make people do. You just don't care.
It was such a pain in the ass.
It's a different world in here, Jenna, than shopping, isn't it?
What, it's a world where time stops and
Completely different world.
time goes by and nothing happens? Is that what the world is?
Completely different world.
Oh, good.
Really just...
Down the hall, Carl's flying solo, while Cara is still at the shops. But with only an hour to go, surely she'll be back any second now.
Cara's not back yet. She's bringing a bedside table. We've got to put some stuff on the walls, paint some art. Still a fair bit to do.
Just seeing how far away you are. I'm stuck in bump and above the traffic. Is the second coat of paint done?
Yes, maybe. No.
Can you do it?
I can't do it at the moment. I've got everybody in here. You know, I was there holding the fort, trying to kick the electricians out so I could get in there and clean it out. So it was pretty difficult. Shoot, mate. Nice freaking shoot.
And while Carl is wanting everyone out of his room, Josh and Jenna are calling people in. Otherwise, they'll never get their feature wall finished in time.
So far, the red team's really good. They're completely different to work with than the blue tongues. And at the end of the day, everyone in the competition's here for themselves to a certain degree to kind of win the end prize, but the red backs do it a lot more as a team.
So, yeah, just lay down a whole heap of rags. Even just spread this out.
Me and Jem had our room up to speed. We just needed to get all the furniture in there in style and basically go over hanging pictures, this and that. So I felt it was probably better time spent helping them.
Make sure you get all the edges and then just do cube by cube and then wipe it off as you go.
Because at the end of the day, it's no benefit for us to have a good room in our room and the rest of the house kind of suffer and not have finished rooms. So I'd rather help them out, make sure the whole house was finished and go for the win. Us red bloody backs stick together through and through, day dot. We're here at the end. Redbacks for life.
We are.
Hey, Joshy boy.
That's right. That's spirit. He's caught on quick.
So with just 30 minutes until tool's down, what's the spirit like over at the Blue Tongues?
Okay, you just hang mirrors, hang mirrors. Please let me finish, please let me finish. It was absolutely crazy.
Let's just get a height. Let's get a height of that picture.
Don't touch it!
I can't get in there, bub.
Oh, I know. Well, just get me to move it instead of getting your grotty hands all over it. Stop it. I'll move it for you. Get out of the way.
OK, it's a little tense. Hopefully things have improved over in Aidan and Jess's study and guest bedroom, and they've got the wall bed all sorted.
Aiden. Yeah? I'm giving you a hand.
No.
Do you want me to make the bed?
Anything else, I'll make the bed.
You know what? I was Nelly crossing to stuff it. We're not even revealing the room. See, hopefully that'll hold it there now and it shuts.
So will the weight of the mattress make the difference?
There's always that little urge inside of you that wants you to go hard and just figure it out and get on with the job. Beautiful. So I pushed it in, and thank God it all worked. And then that left us 10 minutes to finish off the rest of the room.
Aiden, do you think it's more important to paint or do that?
I'm cleaning.
See it around the door?
You haven't done that? You were glossing.
We're not putting that in, babe.
Why?
He's a guitarist.
It's an electric ukulele.
I felt like we were two mice in one of those like trundle wheels, like trying to get stuff done. But we're not actually getting anywhere.
Just leave it. Just don't touch any of this. Just don't touch it. Just move.
It's amazing how Reno Rumble seems to get the most out of us.
Yeah, probably there.
You just seem to find another gear and off you go.
Which way does it go?
Hey, everyone, 5 minutes.
5 minutes to go and Josh wanted to go to the shops and get gloves and he was not doing that.
No way. Hold that quick.
Oh, is it the same one?
Hold that.
I don't know where Windex is. I don't know, babe. Yeah, good idea. Take your scissors off.
Did you get that?
What do you reckon of that?
It's lovely.
You all right, Joe? You happy?
Yep. No, don't do the last bit, though. Jeez.
The master bedroom suite was so stressful and it nearly killed both of us.
We're in and what's this new We've handed over a lot of rooms on the block and that would have to take the cake as being the most stressful and the most frantic.
Hello, kids.
God, all sweaty and hot.
I don't know about being on the blue team. I think it's really come down to the wire on the blue team. It's ridiculous.
Right, it's mental, it's constant, but it's more rewarding at the end.
I think it is much more rewarding, yeah.
I mean, you don't find this anywhere else to do it.
This is ridiculous.
Isn't it? It's absolutely mental.
Coming up, Judgment Day.
How do you think they went?
Was it worth it?
It could go horribly, horrendously wrong.
The siren has sounded, and another 48-hour challenge is over for our Rumblers. And with only 5 teams left in this epic competition, winning immunity is more important than ever.
At this stage of the competition, it would be amazing to win immunity. Up until now, it's been a bonus that would be really nice to have, but at this stage, it's really something that's essential to get you through to the competition. So we really want to win it more than anything.
We have what we think is a beautiful result, and we're happy. And we can rest assured that we know the homeowner's going to love it. And the judges will score it however they're going to score it.
How did they see it?
Good evening, everybody. Immunity for the couple that gets the highest individual score from the judges today. OK, first up is the Redbacks. Your brief was mid-century modern. The first couple to be judged, house captains Josh and Jenna.
I don't think this room would be a 16 like our last one. We've done a pretty good room and we're really happy with it for once.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, the briefing here was American mid-century. This is at that turning point in time where things went from Art Deco into mid-century modern, and that really suits this house.
So they've built all this. This is all custom done in a day. In a day.
It's perfect.
The timber feature wall, very elegant and right on brief.
The judges loved the panelling, which was the main feature of our room, and it's what caused us so much stress and heartache. They said it was perfect, so we were stoked with those comments.
And look at that beautiful little vignette over there. That's such a great chair.
Hits, generous master bedroom, layout works really well. The homeowners are going to love their new master bedroom.
This used to be, you know, a dual-purpose space, a study, home office, and a master bedroom, and it was driving them mad. It's a successful master bedroom
This
now.
is a really beautiful master bedroom.
Misses in the drapery. They thought it should have been a stronger material. Felt would have been perfect.
Felt.
Easily done.
Room would have looked like a pool table. Nice work, Josh and Jen.
Yeah, if that's the worst thing that we got in the room, then we're pretty happy with that.
Ben and Gemma.
We're pretty happy with the overall of our room. We feel we've nailed the brief. Only concern I have is there enough 90s rocker? Fingers crossed.
Wow. Okay, so this is different.
Very different
Yeah.
from the other room.
But you know what? Not at odds. It doesn't feel like it doesn't belong in this house, and that was the worry, isn't it? When you have a brief that's so different for a different member of the family, and it's so different to the brief from the master bedroom, it could go horribly, horrendously wrong.
Hits, bed on the floor, futon style, is exactly the right choice.
That's how you'd live if you were Kate Moss living in a warehouse, right?
Rock on, they said.
Rock on, Scotty. Rock on, babe. That's cool. That's
Rock on, Kate Moss style, that bed on the ground. Loving that.
But a couple of misses too. Judges weren't wrapped with the pendant light. It's too glam. But the big miss was the rock part of the rock chic brief.
I don't see rock in here.
No, me neither. I think it's got boho chic. I'm not seeing rock chic. It's a cool room.
It's a cool room.
I just don't think it's cool enough.
A Blondie poster or something similar, and you would have nailed it. That's it for you guys. Well done.
Well done.
Overall, we were pretty happy, yeah, with our comments from the judges. There was a few misses, but it's good because it's all a learning curve and we can take that on to the next room in the house.
Colin Cara.
It was a tough brief for us this week.
It all just came together in the last dying moments before tools down. But once we did step back and have a look at it, it was a really unique little room, and it was something that we'd never done before.
I'm getting tired of walking into rooms going, wow, cool, but wow, cool.
This is a cool room for a cool kid.
It feels to me like it's musical and cool teenager room.
It's a modern version of a 70s flashback.
Look at this. I mean, this is rustic. This is pretty, you know. Mum, what's that? How
I like
retro
those.
is that?
Yeah, that's great.
Hits, great storage solutions with the wardrobes. The bed itself is a big hit.
The structure of it, the timber is beautiful. This petrol blue colour with that timber grain, look how perfect that is.
Yeah, I can see him sitting up on that bed, you know, strumming away on his guitar.
The only real miss in this room, you could have got some additional storage under the bed. A large pull-out drawer would have been a better solution instead of the niche. That's it. Well done, Redbacks.
I would love to see somebody from the red team get immunity this week, absolutely.
If we were to get immunity this week, I'd be Kate Mossen, I'd be down on my knees.
Should be smoking a cigarette without a top on. So would I.
Blue Tongues, you're up. Welcome back to Reno Rumble. Tonight, our 5 couples are fighting it out to win immunity. The Redbacks have faced the judges, and they are going to be tough to beat. So now for the Blue Tongues. First up for judging on the Blues, house captains Leighton and Carly.
The room's beautiful. I absolutely love it. And like I always say, I am happy to go home for that room. And I'll walk out of this competition going, that was fun. Well done.
Beautiful handles. Wow, okay. Yeah, they wanted something that was clean and contemporary and crisp, but also had a little bit of colour, had a nod to the deco. So it's a really actually quite a complicated brief, I think.
Yeah, I think it is a tricky brief. How do you think they went?
I like this room a lot. I think the floor colour is really nice. It's got a great texture. This is fantastic. This is a lovely character detail.
And they've built it in, and they've created a little shadow line around there. I think that's a beautiful detail too.
Yeah. The inset mirrors are a lovely detail, creating a sense of space and framing the bed. Execution is very good throughout this room. Perfect inclusion of the deco mirror gift. Misses. The contemporary and the deco just weren't blended together well enough for one of our judges.
I'm just not getting the twisted deco in the right places. There's a disconnect for me, which is not making me feel very easy in here.
Pendant lights with the Edison globes don't really fit either side of the brief.
Lighting in Art Deco houses was so important, and that is industrial, not Art Deco.
The rug was another miss for the judges. Again, it didn't feel like it fit either side of the brief. And finally, the judges thought your styling is a little light on.
Off brief, and I obviously didn't blend the two types, contemporary and Art Deco, together. But Art Deco, you know what? I don't like it. I've never liked it. I don't really understand it. So, you know, I'm going to let myself off.
OK, Aiden and Jess.
So when you walk into our room, it looks like a study. And then occasionally, it's a bedroom. I'm pretty sure on the head with that one.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. Open up a beer and you take it over here and play a video game.
Contemporary?
I I think it functions. I think it functions as a study. I think it functions as a practical workspace for two different people to work in. The open shelves are really nice. I love this detailing. I love the timber colour. I love that this is being, this has been made
Absolutely.
in a day.
I know. It's amazing that they get this joinery done in this short period of time.
It's just really, really nice. It feels very resolved over here.
Hits. Window treatment is great. The rug choice is very good. The Murphy bed, instant hit.
It's a great solution. It's a really great solution.
Yeah, it's a very, very clever use of space.
Misses. Judges felt there could be a little bit of deco styling somewhere in the room. It's not really to be seen at all. Pendant lights on the desk, neither deco nor contemporary. They look like Nana's perfume bottles.
I like Nana's perfume bottles.
Those
They're
lamps were the
beautiful.
only thing I liked in the room.
The judges felt the artwork was an odd choice.
I'm just not sure that's entirely Art Deco, but...
It's not.
That poster is an antique poster from the 1930s Art Deco area, and they didn't like it. What the hell? Like, how old are these judges? Like, they're obviously Generation Y judges.
Whether or not this room has incorporated the deco enough is the question, and the answer is no.
The teams have really struggled to grasp what is Art Deco. It doesn't know where it is, in what space or time, and it doesn't have much soul.
Overall, the room feels light on for character and warmth, and it's a bit lacklustre.
The judging was right on. We knew...
Obviously, the judges have no idea what they're talking about. Tried to make it a study/guest room. And we did it. Hello? What's wrong with them? Grow up, kids.
OK, so here we go. The couple who have won immunity for this fourth week of the Reno Rumble with a score of 18 out of 20 is Josh and Jenna.
Immunity means that we can renovate 5 of the 6 houses minimum, so we're really stoked with that and bring on the next one, even though this one isn't finished yet.
The judges were really blown away with your originality, your bravery and your execution. Well done, guys. Immunity sleeping safe tonight.
Thanks for the help, guys.
Good job, guys.
Here are the scores for the rest of your team. Half a point behind you, Kyle and Cara, 17.5. And just a point behind them, Ben and Gemma on 16.5. Blue Tongue scores, Carly and Leighton, 16. Jess and Aiden, 15.
I think the lowest score is actually going to rejuvenate us and get us back to our roots.
Josh and Jenna, immunity's yours. Aiden and Jess, Ben and Gemma, you guys have got the lowest scores for your respective teams. That means you have the most work to do to stay alive this week.
As long as the red team can pull it through, we'll still be standing next week because the Blue Tongues, both their teams scored the lowest overall tonight. So if red team can really work together and pull off an amazing house, we could be here for another week.
Judges will be back here in a couple of days' time, and somebody's going home.
It's going to start getting competitive, and I think there will be some strategic play.
There's 50 grand up for grabs. And 50 grand for a charity.
Fingers crossed we can survive another week in this hell of a competition.